so exciting. Ah!
Whenever you guys start it, but unless this is how y'all started.
This is how we started. I have a
fair enough.
I say at some point, but we start by opening and pouring.
Oh, there you go. Okay, mine's already poured.
You got it.
So yes. So John, what do you have?
Today I've got a root beer. It is actually made by the local brewery here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I really love their regular beer. But today I've got their root beer. It's called Lionshead.
Lionshead.
Made in good old Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, out of the Lion Brewery.
Wilkes-Barre.
Wilkes-Barre. I've heard it all.
No. But Lauren, the first time she was on Trivial Warfare, was teaching us about Wilkes-Barre. And so yes, so that's the only reason why I said that. It's just because it was awesome.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm just going to say this now so that it's officially on here. Welcome to a very special episode of the Beard Al Podcast, the show where we talk about two of the greatest things in the world, beer and Weird Al. And I'm Lauren Carey, and my brother John is here, but nobody gives a crap about that today
cares about me.
Because we are joined by the one and only Mr. Chris Hollister. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Carries. Oh, it's so good to be on the show. It's good to see y'all. It's good to be here. As I was, John, this is the first time I'm meeting you in person via satellite or whatever you want to call Skype.
However.
But yes, but as I told your sister, she is one of my favorite people in the world. And the fact that I get to goof around with her for whatever amount of time is awesome. So I'm so happy to be here and to talk about a couple of my favorite things, which is Weird Al and Hamilton, which makes me giddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
This is
so
great.
That means that we are doing what song? The Hamilton Polka, everybody.
Hamilton Polka. And since the Hamilton Polka is not on a Weird album, that's what we call Weird Al albums. Weird albums. It's not on a Weird album, so it's not actually in our official Weird Al song ranking system. So
it has not been rated.
It has not been rated.
No number associated. This is just a flying by the seat of our pants kind of episode.
Oh, yep. I like it.
Yeah. And we decided for this very special episode where we have our very special guest to drink some root beer because it's still beer.
Yeah.
That is true. If you've never heard of me from my show Trivial Warfare, if you have heard of me on the show from Trivial Warfare, then you know I'm a teetotaler. I do not partake of alcoholic beverages, and the wonderful Carries, being the way that they are, said, you know what? That's fine. We will celebrate that, and we will bring on the root of beers.
Yes, the root
Absolutely.
of beers. So.
If my local brewery did not have a root beer, I probably would have gone to ginger ale or something of that ilk. Birch beer. Birch beer.
There you go.
Absolutely birch beer.
Oh, yeah. I love, even as a kid, my go-to soda was root beer and birch beer. So I liked beer before I could even drink beer.
Before you were legally allowed to have the beer.
I just liked having the bottle. Because the good ones would come in glass bottles, like this one that I have. In advance of this, I actually went on the internet and I got a random assortment of craft root beers.
Wow, very nice.
So I had 6 come to me. I didn't get to choose what they were. I was just like, you know what? The fates will decide. What I have today is Bear and Beaver root beer. And if you know me, you know that I think beavers are funny. So I'm going with this one. And this is actually this is from Quebec. So this is Canadian. Not Quebec, I'm sorry. British Columbia. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go,
and it is made with cane sugar and yucca root extract.
Ooh.
I believe it's pronounced yucca.
Yucca.
What's wrong with yucca?
Yeah, right.
And it's
the Yucatan Peninsula.
Oh my God. Oh, you guys. See, like we don't even need alcohol to be ridiculous.
That's exactly right. Yes.
At the end of this episode, it might be the soberest I've been at the end of the episode.
That's true. That's true.
I don't even want to imagine me with having an actual beer or two in me. I'd be even crazier than I already am, man.
Oh.
Yeah, it's nuts. But
So what are you drinking, Chris?
I am drinking a classic. I went out to our local Sonic here. Not that on the Beard Owl podcast we promote any type of fast food restaurant or anything like that.
Not a sponsor.
All right, not a sponsor. That's right, but you should be.
Okay. Yeah.
Totally should
hit
be.
Hit us up, Sonic. Hit us up.
That's right. Exactly. We want that Sonic money. What up? Anyway, but I got a classic A&W with French vanilla in it. And so I'm down with that. And actually, this is one of my first sodas that I've drank in literally 6 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
Yes, the root beer drinker in our family is my wife. My wife loves not necessarily A&W. She's a Bargs or a Mug root beer fan, and also the what is the one with the beautiful glass without the wrapping around it? That one, ABC or IBC root beer. You know what I'm talking about?
I was going to say Stewart's, but
okay.
If you're going IBC, I think that IBC sounds familiar.
That sounds right.
Yeah, but my wife's other favorite root beer that she loves a root beer called Not My Grandfather's Root Beer, which I was telling Lauren a little bit about, and that has some rum in it. And she is not me. She has no problem partaking of the adult beverage kind, and I like it when she does because she's always fun when she drinks. And so that's like her favorite adult beverage is Not My Grandfather's Root Beer. And anytime our buddy Ben comes over to play board games with us, because in this household we're big board game fans, it is his responsibility. It is. He has to. He's not allowed in the door without bringing that over to her.
Wow.
Yes. That's the toll he must
pay.
Exactly right. We have the games. We have the games. He brings the booze. So there you go.
Yeah. That's a beautiful relationship right there. Oh,
there you go.
We can talk a little bit more about the flavor profiles of our root beers later. Let's dive in to Hamilton Polka. So to start this off, John and I are, obviously, we wouldn't be doing this if we weren't, huge Weird Al fans. Don't really have much connection to the source material for the Hamilton Polka. And so when we were thinking about talking about this song, Chris just popped into my head, and I'm like, Chris loves Hamilton. Chris loves Weird Al. Chris can help us talk about the Hamilton Polka. So I think, being the gracious hosts that we are, Chris, what do you have to say about Hamilton Polka? Start anywhere you want, and we can go.
All right, fair enough. Well, first off, actually, if I could start with a little bit of history of Hamilton real quick for you. Let me drop some history knowledge on it. So Hamilton actually originally started as a concept album that Lin-Manuel Miranda was going to create. And the White House that time, President Obama was going to do a spoken word huge presentation, and they were going to bring in a lot of poets and a lot of musicians to come in and do that. And they asked Lin-Manuel Miranda, who had just released and been in the musical The Heights that he created, to come and maybe do a song or two from The Heights. And instead he asked them, he was like, well, wait a second here. I have this little song that I'm creating for maybe this concept album. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but it's going to be on the most hip hop guy I've ever read a book about. And that is the first Treasury Secretary, Alexander Hamilton. and he said that this guy promotes hip hop culture like nobody's ever seen in his life, or nobody's ever read for in his life. And because he was, and actually, when you listen to the soundtrack, and when you go on on July 3rd, when Disney Plus releases it for the masses to be able to see as it's been intended, you could kind of see what he's talking about here. I mean, because this guy was just amazing in so many different ways. He was revolutionary, but Lin-Manuel Miranda went up and he did a 5-minute song, which is the very first song, not only on the Hamilton Polka, but also in the musical, which is called Alexander Hamilton. And so the very first words that you hear Weird Al say in the Hamilton Polka was also the very first words that Lin-Manuel Miranda says to then President Obama and his wife Michelle in this whole presentation. So,
oh wow!
And it's, how does a bastard orphan son of a whore? First off, it's like, wow, I didn't think about ever wanting to swear in front of the president of the United States before, but that's interesting. And then secondly, going back to the Hamilton polka, and this is where I need y'all's help on that. Has Weird Al ever swore on a song before until this one?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I couldn't think of it, but the very first words is, "How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore?" And I'm like, I've never heard these words come out of Weird Al's voice.
I know.
Right.
It's so weird. And
Yes.
it's so weird. It's so weird because it starts, "How does a bastard orphan son of a whore?"
Yeah.
And the way he says whore.
Yeah.
Very
It's
jarring.
hilarious. It's
jarring.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think thinking about it, the closest he's gotten is saying hell, nature trail to hell.
Okay.
That's about it. Yeah, but
All
that's
right.
not really a cuss per se, you know? It's
No.
like, yeah.
No, not one bit. And
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the first things I wanted to ask y'all is like, I really think this is the first time I've heard him swear.
I think so. I mean, I don't know if you remember, but gosh, it was over 20 years ago on the Weird Al Behind the Music.
I love that. I love that behind the music. That was so great.
It was so good.
Except for the sad parts, but everything else was great in it. Just
Right.
great.
And what I remember in that is, all of his friends just keep talking about how, Weird Al doesn't, drink. He doesn't curse. He doesn't do any of the things that we do on this show.
Right. Yeah. Hey, we don't curse all that much.
No, I had to bleep you that one time.
Oh, the one time, but that's the one time.
The one time at band camp.
We talked
Yeah.
about band camp.
We did. It's in an upcoming episode.
Yep.
Oh, there you go. All right, fair enough.
It's so funny. But yeah, no, I don't think Weird Al has cursed, and that was what sucked me into this polka the first time I heard it, because it's jarring.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Absolutely
It's just
jarring.
like, he did what?
Weird Al.
So,
And
yeah, absolutely.
this polka is tight.
Mhm.
Like, it's the most recent polka that Weird Al has done, and I think he has perfected the art of doing these medley polkas. He pulled everything out of his Weird Al bag to put this together. You've got the little fake gunshots. You've got like fart noises. You have that little bit in the middle where he gets a little swingy. "Anyone else is in the room where it happens.
The room where it happens. The room where it happens.
And
And his vocal range in it is amazing.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
yeah, it's wild. It's
Yeah.
wild. I mean, like, having no connection to really the source material of Hamilton prior to hearing Hamilton Polka, I just was so impressed by this polka and the way it was put together. It's supremely listenable, and I think, you know what? I'm going on a limb. This is my favorite polka.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Wow.
I won't go that far. But
I said it.
mhm.
There you go.
I said it.
I mean, as far as musical ability and writing is concerned, you're right. It's very tight. The transitions from song to song are like spot on. It's almost like, having never heard the source material, I don't really know when one song actually ends and begins. It's like it's that well done. I haven't listened to the Hamilton soundtrack really all that much, so I'm not really familiar with it. So it's like, wow, if he can make all of those songs, which, am I wrong that most of them are like predominantly like rap?
Yes, that
They're
is
rapping.
correct.
Yeah, he turns them into like these melodic polkas, and it's like, wow.
And he talks so fast. It's so fast. Like, I can't imagine. Every tour Weird Al has done, he, generally will do the polka off of whatever album he's promoting on that tour. Right. I could not imagine him doing this polka live. I don't know if it's humanly possible. Like, if you have enough breath to do it, or what? Because this polka is intense. Intense. One thing I had to bring up with this is when this song came out, it was a video on The Tonight Show, right? It was Jimmy Fallon and Lin-Manuel Miranda filmed their reactions to hearing this for the first time. And I have never been more jealous of a person than I was of Lin-Manuel Miranda in that moment. To have, something that you created get the Weird Al treatment in such a brilliant way, and to have that moment where you hear it for the first time, I mean, short of seeing your child for the first time, I can't imagine a better moment than having Weird Al do his thing on something that is yours.
Well, and especially for Lin-Manuel Miranda, who is a huge, not just a big Weird Al fan, a huge Weird Al fan, because prior to them doing the Hamilton Polka, and we could get into the Hamilton mixtape stuff in a little bit, but prior to doing that, he and Jimmy had come on together and done shows where they were listening to Weird Al songs and challenging each other to do the words, do the lyrics along with the song and everything like that. So the two of them sitting there listening to it and then completely geeking out, not only because of what he did, but also because he's now sitting next to them listening to it as well, is just are in the second clip that the second Tonight Show clip that was out there. It was just it was wonderful. It was wonderful because you saw the creator, but you also saw the big stupid fan that's just like, oh my gosh, you're amazing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh God. It's just I'm getting overwhelmed even just thinking about it. I really am.
Well, if you want, while you get overwhelmed, how the Hamilton Polka came about was about 3 years after the initial, or actually, excuse me, about 2 years after the initial musical came out. Lin-Manuel Miranda announced that he was going to create a mixtape album, and basically it was going to be, he was going to bring in his favorite R&B and rap artists, as well as a few other people, and do collaborations on various songs from Hamilton. He did that. It was a huge success. Sold a lot of albums. So much so that his fans were clamoring for more. But he said it would do a disservice to the initial Hamilton mixtape that he did, that remix, to do one. So what he was going to do is he was going to release what they called Hamil drops.
Yeah.
And so every month or every couple of months, however fast he was able to do it, he was going to get together with some of his favorite bands and favorite artists and drop these Hamil drops. And so the Hamilton Polka ended up being the third Hamil drop that he did. The very first one came out, and it's called Ben Franklin's Song, and it was by the Decemberists.
I love that song.
Oh, 100%. And that was
I love that song.
That was one of the songs that was going to be in Hamilton, but it was thrown out because of time, because they were going to have to cast another actor to play to sing in it and whatnot. And he got the Decemberists to do it, and it's a phenomenal song. It's so much fun.
It is so much fun. Yeah. I mean, it's full of the F-bomb.
Oh yeah.
Like with them putting Hamilton on Disney Plus, there's still one F-bomb in it. They removed two.
Right, because they didn't want it to be R-rated. They wanted it to be PG-13. And so,
right.
yeah, they bleep. They don't bleep them. I believe one is muted, and one, they might both be muted. So if you're singing along at home, you can still fill it in yourself. But there's one that they kept in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you hear the wonderful quote that Lin-Manuel Miranda said about it, though? Go ahead, Lauren. I think you want to say it, so go ahead and say it. It's perfect.
I'm gonna bleep this when I do it. But Lin-Manuel Miranda goes, "I literally gave two fucks to get this on Disney."
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was the perfect statement on it, and I appreciate why he did it. Yeah, I appreciate why he wanted to do it, because again, Disney has their standards. Completely get that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And the two Fs that he probably got rid of it on it didn't really matter. It honestly doesn't really matter. And so but the statement was perfect. It was so good.
So perfect.
Saga.
And if Ben Franklin's song were in Hamilton, like there's no way.
No.
That could be on TV. That has at least 25 F-bombs in it. But my favorite line in Ben Franklin's song is, "I am 76 and I'll still kick your ass, fucking Franklin."
Yep. And the great part about that song, and then we'll go back to why we're here, which is the Hamilton Polka.
Yep.
But I can, honest to God, even though, again, sad it's not in the musical. Understand why it's not, because again, you got to trim some stuff. But I could totally hear Benjamin Franklin singing that song, because I think if he was still alive, he'd listen to that song and go, yep, that's about me, 100%. Yep.
Oh yeah, my favorite, and then we will get back to the Hamilton Polka, I promise. But my favorite bit is that bit in the middle. Diplomacy happens at night.
Yes.
I'm in bed with this between a succulent breast story thigh. Diplomacy happens at night. It's like Ben Franklin was a dog.
Oh, he 100% was. Well, anyway, I could go on and on about that too, because being the junior historian that I am, I love Ben Franklin's story. So, but to get back to it, but this was the third one. This was released in February of 2018. And to be honest with you, I had no idea it was coming out when it came out. I had no idea Weird Al was doing. Don't get me wrong, I knew about the Hamil drops because I'd listened to Ben Franklin's song and it was great. And then Wrote My Way Out, which was another remix, was the second one to come out. And I loved that one. And I was like, literally every month I was going on to Twitter, to Lin-Manuel Miranda's Twitter site, to see, okay, when is the next one coming out? And then when I saw join me on the Tonight Show tonight to see what the next Hamil drop was, I got goosebumps. And then sure enough, to see the clip on that, I was just like, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm getting verklempt.
Oh, anytime something new from Weird Al comes out, I have that moment. I remember that week.
It's cause to celebrate. It really is.
It is. It is.
Is the Hamilton Polka the last new material that he's released so far, like to date?
Like proper song? Yeah, I believe so.
Right. Okay.
That's
I
don't know.
He's done some stuff, throughout the quarantine and things like that. There was that one.
No new material. I remember he was on the Tonight Show recently. Well, not recently, but at the start of the whole quarantine, he did the acapella version of, what was it? Was it Since You've Been Gone?
No, it was One More Minute.
1 More Minute. That was it.
Yeah.
I need to see that. I did not know about that. That's awesome.
Yeah, he kind of did it all in his home studio, I guess, and he kind of, sang over himself, singing to, and he did 1 More Minute because, I'd rather rip out my intestines with a fork than, spend 1 more minute with you about people being locked up in their houses with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Oh, yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
And why I'm on here to just to let you guys know, my favorite Weird Al song of all of them, because I do have one, is Dare to Be Stupid. Dare to Be Stupid is, without a shadow of doubt, it's my favorite one for a couple reasons. One, as 10-year-old Chris hearing it on the Transformers the movie soundtrack, that made me giddy. Me giddy because when you first hear about the Junkions coming out, that song's being played, and it's like, this is merging two of my favorite things. This is awesome. Oh yeah, and then also it's such a beautiful, chaotic, gorgeous song, and so.
It is. Anyway. It truly is. Yeah, no, we love Dare to Be Stupid. Dare to Be Stupid, John.
Dare to Be Stupid is number 2.
Oh, yeah, that's our number 2 favorite song collectively.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice.
I'll probably mention this when we get to that episode, but Dare to Be Stupid actually was the song that I got told to sit down by security the last time I saw Weird Al.
Really?
I was in the front row dancing to Dare to Be Stupid. And
this was at the amphitheater, right?
Yeah, this is at the amphitheater. And this security guy, he kind of gestures to me. He's like, ma'am, you need to sit down. And so I'm like, okay. So I go and I sit down and I keep watching Dare to Be Stupid. The whole time I just want to stand up.
Why did he make you sit down, though? Were you going that cray-cray?
Maybe.
Say that again?
Maybe.
Okay, but still.
I don't know. I was just dancing, I think, and I don't know.
He was cranky pants. What the heck, Mr. Security Guard? Why did you do that?
It's Weird Al.
I know, right? You got to do what you got to do. You are no danger to Weird Al.
No, I was not. I was no danger to Weird Al. But, it's fine. It gives me that story to get told, that I get to say, security had to tell me to sit down at a Weird Al concert.
Yeah.
So, anyway, but according to good old Wikipedia, they said that this was his 12th polka medley. that he did. And so that was impressive. I didn't realize he'd done 12 before then, but I didn't really count it. So
there's one on virtually every album. The only albums that don't have polkas on them are his self-titled debut album, and I want to say, I don't remember. There's one more. But the polka medleys themselves tend to obviously have the songs of the day. You know, the top hits of the day. But there are two that are different. There's a Hot Rocks polka where it's all Rolling Stone songs. And you got
Bohemian polka, Bohemian Rhapsody, but polka.
Yeah.
Right. Those two are our least favorite polkas, I believe, from when we ranked exclusively the polkas.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot to grab onto in those, because it is so focused, which is why I'm surprised I like Hamilton Polka as much as I do, because it's the third polka that's about just one thing, and I don't like the other two, but I really enjoy this one. So I don't know if that speaks to the quality of the source material or the fact that Weird Al has gotten better at polkas or what. But
the last time, if you think about when Hot Rocks polka and Bohemian polka came out, they were like mid-career for him.
Yeah.
Where Hamilton, he's like matured as an artist so much since just those. It kind of makes sense as to why he did a better job with it.
It's just a better polka.
Yeah. It's
just a better polka.
Well, and you were talking about the music being so good in it too, and I mean, and he used elements of the songs from Hamilton, but largely he had to rearrange the whole thing, so that was all him. And the one thing I don't know, and maybe you do, Carries, is that I don't know if Lin-Manuel Miranda helped out with the arrangement of the music or not, or maybe he just, because of that trust he had, maybe he just handed it off to him and said, "You do you," because it didn't sound like it when he saw when you saw his initial reaction to it. He seemed genuinely shocked about everything that he heard on it.
Yeah.
So
I was just gonna make that point. Like I don't think LMM had anything to do with the with the arrangement, just because purely based on his reaction when he heard it on the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Unless he was playing it up.
No, you can't play that up.
But I don't think.
No.
That was the most genuine reaction to anything I think I've ever seen, especially that part at the greatest city in the world. When he did that, when Lin-Manuel Miranda heard that for the first time, his face, he was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that just happened." You know, My favorite, you're talking about the arrangements and the little things, and me being me, my favorite little thing in Hamilton Polka is, "And Peggy." I don't know who Peggy is. I just think that's funny.
Well, let me fill you in on it, okay? Because there's the Schuyler sisters, okay? Eliza Schuyler, who is the one that who is the middle out of the three girls. There's Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. And that's where the Aunt Peggy comes from, is the Aunt Peggy. And so, but Angelica is the oldest, Eliza is the middle one, and then Peggy is the youngest of the three. Now, I think Colonel Schuyler I think he had like 10 kids or something crazy. It was a large, let's just say they didn't have much to do back in the 1700s. Nope. They were having to do other stuff. Let's just say that.
keep them busy.
Yeah, but what was interesting was Miranda was talking about when it said somebody asked him why Peggy didn't have a bigger role in the musical, and he said, well, to be honest with you, he wanted to put Peggy in more, but Peggy died early in life. And so that's why part of me with on the Aunt Peggy kind of frustrates me a little bit, because I understand why Peggy wasn't in it much more. But on the other hand, Hamilton as a Broadway show play up that Aunt Peggy part so much. And so so when I listened to it literally 4 times today. To gear up to talk it to y'all. And so when I heard it today, I didn't get offended by it anymore. It was just like, okay, that was a lovingly play, and probably Miranda loves it in his own right also, because, like, for example, the third, because right now Hamilton has their own broadcast, or not a broadcast, but their own satellite shows that go out into the world and do it. As a matter of fact, Jacksonville was supposed to have it at the end of March before COVID craziness canceled the whole thing. But anyway, but the third, let's see, they have the New York one, which is the original one. Then they did then they did Chicago, and then they did San Francisco, and now they have they have like 3 or 4 other ones that go out into the world and do it. The third one that they have that goes out into the world is called the Aunt Peggy cast. So it's like you have the Angelica cast, you have the Eliza cast, and now you have the Aunt Peggy cast. And so Aunt Peggy, it's not Peggy, it's Aunt Peggy. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. And so that's where the Aunt Peggy comes from. And I don't know why Weird Al decided to do the on there, but it's just but if you listen to the song, the Schuyler Sisters, which is just an amazing song. If Lauren, you're a very strong, capable woman, this could be your theme song, because this is about 3 powerful women that are going out into the world. And again, it's just talking about Angelica, Eliza, and Peggy. And their exactly, and then their views into the world. Anyway, but that's where the Aunt Peggy comes from. Okay. It's just that was the third Schuyler sister. And all right.
I had no idea. Yeah. I just know that there's a fart noise that comes after that. And,
yes. Or a raspberry.
It could be.
There's only one man to give me the raspberry. Lone Star. No? Anybody? No? Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
We are recording this on June 28th, which happy birthday to Mel Brooks, because today is Mel Brooks' birthday.
94.
Yes, 94 years young.
94.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go watch Blazing Saddles.
Oh, what a great movie.
That's so good. I'm tired. So tired.
Oh gosh, I could go on and on about that. That's awesome. But John, one of the things I was talking to Lauren about beforehand is in the Hamilton soundtrack, there is 18 songs on the first album, on the first disc, and then 18 on the second disc. So basically, the first half of the show before the intermission, 18 songs. Second half of the show after the intermission, 18 songs. Weird Al did 15 of those 36 songs in this polka medley in 5 minutes. And it's just insane. The percentage that he almost did 50% of the songs that were in there. And the other part that I wanted to mention to y'all, and then I'll let you guys talk because I'm taking too much of y'all's time.
No.
They came here to hear you.
No, they didn't.
The song? There's a song in the middle of the polka that he talks about called "You'll Be Back," and "You'll Be Back" is done on the show on the musical by King George III. King George III is a very pompous dictator. He was appalled and this is actually historical stuff. He was appalled that the American colonies wanted to be away from his grand English world. And what's great is Miranda did 3 songs from King George's perspective throughout the whole thing. And I could totally see Weird Al being King George and one of the future incarnations of Hamilton, because it's just like, one, it's very pompous, it's very grandiose, but it's very comical. It's meant to be comical, because one of the things he talks about is that I will kill your family and your friends to remind you of my love. And I think Weird Al says that in the song.
Yeah, Weird Al goes, "I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love." Da 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 da.
That's right. Thank you. You knew the lyrics better than I do, and I appreciate
just that. The ones that are in the Weird Al polka. I mean, when I do, nothing wrong with it, but when I do finally watch Hamilton, I'm gonna expect things to come after another in a certain way, and it won't happen, and I'm gonna be very confused.
Yeah.
So Carrie's, I have 2 predictions. 1, Lauren, I think you will love the song The Schuyler Sisters, like I said. But 2, the King will be the 2 of yours favorite parts of the show, without a shadow of doubt. The King, when he comes out, honestly, when Jonathan Oakes, the creator, the co-creator with me of Trivial Warfare, hi Jonathan, and we went to Orlando to see Hamilton last year, and it was an amazing experience. One of the best parts about the live show was the King. The King was great because he was just such a jerk and so funny, and the songs were so perfect, and it was great. Just great.
Oh, I see. All right, you know what? You're probably going to be right about those two predictions.
Okay.
It's the way you're describing the King. I guess the whole point kind of is this King takes himself very seriously, but he's portrayed in this musical in such a way that we're all in on the joke that he's not in on.
100%. 100%. Absolutely. And then also in the second act, when they talk about John Adams becoming president, because that's actually a pretty funny thing in its own right, his reaction to John Adams is priceless. It's just absolutely priceless. So anyway, but looking again at the songs, actually most of the songs were from the first part of the album, first part of so. Because you have, and I'm just going to read them off real quick. Alexander Hamilton, Wait For It, The Schuyler Sisters, Yorktown, Dear Theodosia, You'll Be Back, The Room Where It Happens. That's the second disc, or that's the second act. Right Hand Man, Guns and Ships, Washington on Your Side, Helpless, Nonstop, History Has Its Eyes on You, My Shot, and then the reprise. So basically 2 songs are in the act 2 of it. The other 13 are from the first act.
The first act.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So more information you probably needed to know, but hey, I'm that guy.
Yeah, that's why we'll take that guy. That's why we asked that guy to be here. We needed that guy.
Yeah.
But again, I love how Weird Al does every part of the polka. He does it so well. His cadence is perfect on the songs. You could tell he was meticulous with his studying of the album and probably asked a lot of questions, because I hear that's what he does, is when he gets permission to do an album or a song of a particular one, he asks a lot of questions. He talks to the musicians to hear how things should go. It's just, that's how he is. Yeah. And I could totally see him have done that on this too, because there's too much little things he did in it that made it as good as it did.
It's the minutia. It's the
100%. 100%.
Totally. Complete sidebar. John, are you wearing a Hot Dog Johnny's t-shirt?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Sidebar. What is Hot Dog Johnny's?
It's a hot dog place in
Johnny's.
Buttsville, New Jersey.
Yes, it's in Buttsville, New Jersey. It's about it's about a little over an hour from our house. Some of the best hot dogs you'll ever have. It's on Route 46, which used to be like the main thoroughfare from like that area up to New York City. But then they built Route 80, which then kind of took its place. But it used to be, it's a huge piece of Americana, because a lot of the passers-by would stop at Hot Dog Johnny's and get hot dogs and their butterbeer and their birch beer.
Oh wow, okay.
So I should have gone on a trip today to go get the butterbeer, and that would have been the
thing.
But no, I'm perfectly happy with the Lion Brewery.
So John, how far away is Hot Dog Johnny's from your house then?
A little over an hour.
Okay.
So it's probably about, I would say, maybe 60 miles.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it would have been a little out of the way to get a hot dog.
Look it up for you, right? Yeah. No, it is. It is.
Weirder things have happened.
Yeah. Go ahead. Tell the story. Story. You know the story I'm talking about. In the limo.
Oh my God! I forgot all about this story. Okay. Our dad was going on a business trip somewhere, correct? And
yeah, we had to drive up to Newark because he was going on an international trip. I believe it was to London, I think.
Okay. That's right, because after he came back from that trip to London, he called gas petrol for like 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
Did he know it, or was he trying to intentional or unintentionally do it?
Probably a little bit of both.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
6 of one, half dozen the other.
Yeah. So we all went in this limousine to take him to the airport. They had hired a car, And
we got halfway there and he forgot his cell phone, so we had to turn around and go back and get his cell phone that was like special for like international calls and whatever. And so that made him miss his flight, and he had to do all this other hullabaloo stuff.
Oh no!
And so that made us like be driving like a lot later than anticipated.
And we're in this limousine. We're watching Dean Martin roasts on the VHS in the limousine. And we made the limo driver stop at Hot Dog Johnny.
On the way home. Yeah, I remember it being like pitch black at night.
Yeah.
The old fluorescent bulbs on the outside of Hot Dog Johnny's are
like that
are
yellow
aglow
light.
Yellow, so that way it's like bug deterrent or whatever. And then like the driver goes out and they get the hot dogs and they bring them back. We're eating hot dogs in the back of this limo watching Dean Martin roast. I'm like, how old was I? I must have been like 8 or something. Like,
yeah, we're probably like 8.
That's like, fantastic.
Oh my God.
Hey,
it was so funny.
If you can't eat hot dogs in the back of a limo, what can you eat in the limo?
What are you doing with your life?
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This is why we are as refined as we are.
Hey.
Because we eat hot dogs in limousines.
And watch Dean Martin roast.
Hey.
Watch Dean Martin roasts. Yes.
Nothing says classy like Dean Martin roast on a VHS.
And nothing says. That's all they had. I remember there was like it was like that and like one random
porn. Oh, okay. All right.
There was like a little slidey cabinet next to the TV in the back of this limousine, and we're like looking through it, and it was all Dean Martin roasts, and we're like, well, this is what we're watching.
That's
so,
that's this the first time y'all were in a limo?
Yeah,
I think that was my first time. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So all subsequent limousine rides had much to live up to.
Oh yes, I imagine so.
Every one of them since then has had 100% fewer viewings of Dean Martin roast.
That's the Dean Martin factor has decreased exponentially.
The DMF, if you will.
The DMF. Dean Martin factor.
Yeah.
So actually, since we're on the Bearded Al podcast, Lauren, I think we could say this is that I actually gave you a piece of Weird Al for a Christmas gift. What, last year or the year before?
It was the year before.
Yeah.
A Weird Al Funko Pop.
Yes.
John, what? Oh,
I'm gonna go grab mine.
Oh, okay.
While he's going to grab his Weird Al Funko Pop, which sounds dirtier than it is, this past, was it Christmas, or it might have been the Christmas before, so it might have been that year. Right. John has the nativity scene in his house, and he snuck Weird Al into it.
Oh yeah,
no, awesome.
I've snuck Weird Al, Bill and Ted, and Doc Brown, because all of them could hypothetically have been there. Yeah, I have that same Doc Brown. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they could all have hypothetically have been there because they're time travelers, and Weird Al is omnipresent and omniscient.
Yeah, and an
That's
angel.
Awesome. And he is an angel. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So you snuck those into the nativity scene, and then how long did it take for them to get noticed?
Nearly a week.
Nearly a week.
Oh, nice.
Nearly a week. Yeah.
Mad respect for that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
They were hidden pretty well, but at the same time, like I didn't do it when she was home. Like I just she wasn't back from work yet, so I kind of snuck them in there, and yeah. I mean, but it's hard to miss a Funko Pop. Like, so every time I looked at it, I'm like, the Funko Pop's obviously there. Why is nobody saying anything about this?
Yeah, well, I mean, the nativities are notoriously crowded little setups.
Yeah,
you know, because you got Mary and Joseph and the baby, and then all the animals and the shepherds
Mary and Joseph, Sharon, Lois, and Bram, and
yeah.
But you sounded upset that they did not recognize your comic genius on this.
No, because the longer that it went, a little bit. As the longer it went, it's like, did I hide them too well? No, that's impossible. These vinyl figures with huge heads are sticking out like sore thumbs.
Oh, so good. So good.
That's a classic. That's a Christmas classic right there.
It really is.
Is what that is.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
This is the point in the show where we switch gears a little bit and we talk about the flavor profiles of our beverages. So since it is Beard Owl, let's just talk a little bit about what we liked or disliked or thought about what we were drinking. I'll kick it off with the Bear and Beaver root beer. Like I said, it was made with cane sugar and yucca root extract, and it was good, but I think the cane sugar made it a little too sweet for me. I didn't mind it. Like it was a good sipper, but it was definitely cloyingly sweet. I prefer a sharper, crisper root beer as far as that.
That's why you
goes.
always preferred Barks growing up. Barks wasn't super sweet. It had more of a bite to it.
Yep. Barks has bite. Wasn't that their slogan back in the day?
It was.
I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. John, how do you feel about Lion Brewery root beer?
I think I rated it about a 3.5 on the app. I was honestly a little surprised that it appeared on the Untapped app. But the flavor profile is, the more I drink it, it gets a little bit sweeter. I get a bunch of vanilla flavor. Mine also has yucca extract and acacia.
Acacia?
Yes, acacia.
Is it a special acacia?
I see what you did there.
Is carbonated water. If you didn't know, the ingredients of carbonated water is water and carbon dioxide. They tell me they break it down because I apparently that high fructose caramel color, phosphoric acid, quillia extract, yucca
Watch your mouth,
extract,
young
and
man.
acacia.
Watch your mouth.
Right?
I will. Yeah. I kind of like it. But yeah, the more I drink it, the sweeter it gets. It doesn't have as much bite as a Barks would, but I think the bite on it is a little bit toned back. There is still bite, but it's not over the top.
Okay. Chris, can you just touch upon your A&W root beer, because it is an American classic?
America. Yeah. It's an American classic. That's right. No. Actually, for the first soda I've drank in 6 years, not too shabby.
Nice.
Yes, because I've tried Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew, because that used to be my go-to soda drink and I tried that a few years ago, and it tasted like battery acid. This is actually fairly smooth. The one thing I did was I did a lot of ice, because I remember when I drink root beer, I love it ice cold. I don't want it even remotely warm. So that's one of the reasons why. And also, I don't know if you know about Sonic, but they have the perfectly cubed ice cubes, almost like the crushed ice.
Yes.
And so it melts it nice and easy and everything like that. But I love the aged vanilla in a classic A&W. So it was very tasty. And you know what? I'm gonna give it 3 stars. We'll try again.
Okay, there you go.
Very good.
I feel like A&W makes a good root beer for a root beer float.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Like put a nice scoop of vanilla ice cream in the top. Like that's probably one of the best root beers for a root beer float.
See, Lauren, now I see why you have your brother on this show, because he's the idea guy. He's got the good ideas.
He absolutely. John has always been the idea man.
Man, I love it.
Yeah.
This was John's idea.
Oh, very cool. And
I wouldn't take full credit for it. Come on.
I just wanted to do a podcast with you.
Aww.
And then ultimately what we ended up doing with it was your idea. You know, obviously I'm the one that made it happen, though.
With her vast experiences in doing podcasts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing.
I've been on one before.
There is something I wanted to make sure got talked about on this. John, the last time we spoke, it was your ginger ale versus ginger beer experiment. Do you remember that?
Tell me more. I want to hear about this.
Yeah. Okay, so growing up, I had always seen things of the likes of ginger ale and ginger beer, and I just kind of felt like I had no idea what the real difference was. I just kind of felt like, okay, maybe ginger beer is just one company's way of saying ginger ale.
Okay.
And so with this whole with the whole COVID and everything going down, this might sound a little bit pretentious, but every week we get our milk delivered because there's a milkman in our area now.
What?
And so I went online. I could order my milk online, and the one time I was on there, I'm like looking through their wares, and I see soda. I'm like, okay, I can make like a mix and match 6-packs of soda. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go out and get the root beer for this episode. So I'm like, okay, I could get like all these different local sodas. And so I got a root beer, I got 2 birch beers, and then I saw on the list ginger ale and ginger beer. I'm like, okay, I have to get one of each, try them side by side. And so I did. I gave my wife the ginger ale because I felt like she would like the ginger ale a little bit more than the ginger beer because, you know, I'm a beer guy. I just gravitated towards the beer. So we tried them side by side. The ginger ale was sweeter, and the ginger beer had more bite. It wasn't as sweet. And then I looked up online the difference between ginger ale and ginger beer. And ginger beer is actually brewed and not just like, I guess, made.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, so it almost has like a little bit of a fermentation process to it.
But
no alcohol, but like a little bit of
brewed.
Yeah. Yes, it's brewed.
That's fascinating. Okay.
And I needed to make sure that got out there. You know, since we're talking about alternate beers today, you know, beer of the root variety. Would then ginger beer technically be root beer because ginger is a root?
Ginger, yeah.
Same thing with sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla, that's also a root.
Yes, it is. And sarsaparilla root was actually in root beer at one point in time. I don't think it is anymore.
Huh.
But yes, at one point in time, sarsaparilla. Yes.
I have another story.
Okay.
And I think this story I could make Chris a little bit jealous.
Oh.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
So, a couple years ago, if you remember on TV, Leslie Odom Jr. was on a bunch of those Nationwide commercials.
Yes, absolutely.
And so, I had never listened to Hamilton or seen Hamilton, but my wife and I were really taken by those Nationwide commercials. And the one day, like, we would sing them along. Like, honestly, we would sing along to them at home when they came on. And I was perusing the local shows one day, and I saw that Leslie Odom Jr. was going to be coming to a nearby venue.
Really?
And so I'm like, okay, Natalie, I see he's coming. Should we get tickets? And she's like, we only know him for the Nationwide stuff. I'm like, but that's okay. Like, that's okay. Before the show, I'll look up some of his like solo stuff or whatever he's got out there. And so I got us tickets. This venue holds maybe like 500 to 1,000 people, so it's not like a huge venue. And so we're there, we're watching the show. He goes and comes back out for his encore, and he starts doing a couple Hamilton songs. And he's like, so who here, he asks for a show of hands, who here has listened to the Hamilton soundtrack all the way through? And so like 90% of the room raises their hands, but my wife and I don't because we haven't. And so then he's like, for those of you that didn't just raise your hand, why are you here? And so I just shouted out, Nationwide! And he starts cracking up, and he's like, I have never gotten that response before. He's so taken aback, and it's like, oh my God. So I got Leslie Odom Jr. to laugh.
That's fantastic. Just in case those listening don't know, Leslie Odom played Aaron Burr. As a matter of fact, he won a Tony for it in Hamilton. And I'm not only just in awe, I'm jealous. I am jealous of that, but that's fantastic.
That was one of the best things I've ever done at a concert. It's like, Nationwide! And the piano player just like plays the little jingle. It's like, yes.
And,
Oh my God.
and
That
funny-
is
and trivia for you, Lauren. Do you know who wrote the Nationwide jingle? Nationwide is on your side. Either of you?
Nationwide is on your side. Well, they're trying to make you think that it was Peyton Manning and Brad Paisley, but I know it wasn't them.
It is not them. No, it was Barry Manilow.
No.
Yes, Barry Manilow wrote that jingle. He used to write jingles, and that was one of the ones he wrote.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't
More
know
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
We got Copacabana, Mandy,
Exactly. Andy,
Nationwide.
yes, you came and
With
you
such
take without
standards.
asking. So,
Yeah.
and actually, hold on. I am going to quadruple check that real quick because God help me, I give you wrong information. So
Like
hold
we've
on.
said, everything we've ever said on this podcast has been correct before.
No.
Now you listen here, you commenters. If Chris is wrong, do not yell at him. Chris is a saint.
Hold on. I am looking. I am looking it up on the Google. Let's see.
What other jingles did Barry
No,
Manilow write?
no, he didn't. He did the
Oh, no.
he did the Like a Good Neighbor, State Farm is there
I can
jingle.
Okay, I can see how you conflated that though, because they're both
Yes.
insurance.
Yeah,
So it was
that's
Peyton
exactly.
Manning that wrote Nationwide. Got it.
Yeah, it had
Yeah,
to be Peyton Manning.
Actually, it was a gentleman, to give him full credit, it was a gentleman by the name of Steve Carman. Steve Carman. He also wrote the New York song, I Love New York, and he also did jingles. Okay, here we go. This wraps it around. He wrote the jingle, Here Comes the King for Budweiser Beers.
Oh,
Go. Yeah.
look at that.
Cool.
Okay.
We were able to eventually get it around.
Yeah, we got there, though.
We
Yes.
closed the
We
loop.
got there.
We put
Exactly.
a pin in that.
Yes. So my apologies for being wrong, but there you go, Steve Carman. Keep singing about beer.
Yes, Steve Carman, wherever you are. Where in the world is Steve Carman, San Diego?
Where
Steve Carman,
in the
San
world
Diego.
is Steve Carman?
Oh my God.
I bet
See?
he lives in San Diego.
What if he did? That would be something. Well, gentlemen.
This was a blast. Oh, I haven't laughed this hard in a long time. My sides hurt. My cheeks hurt from smiling and laughing too much. You Carries are awesome. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you so very much for being on the show today. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. You are awesome.
Thank you for being on, man.
Yeah, we were so happy to have you here because we could not have talked intelligently about Hamilton Polka without you. So
it was my honor.
Oh, thank you. Not that we really ever intelligently talk about anything, but there was some intelligence on this episode, which is refreshing.
Right. Yeah.
And fun was had by all.
Fun was had by all. This has been yet another fun-filled episode of the Beard Owl Podcast. I'm still Lauren.
And I'm still John.
And
Chris, are you still Chris?
Are you still Chris?
Are you still the same Chris that you were at the start of this?
I don't know. I feel changed.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I feel changed. I might have been the root beer.
Might have been the root
I don't
beer.
know. Might have been the root beer. The bubbles have just gone to my head.
Tune in next time to see if Chris Hollister is still the same person. No, I'm kidding.
And he turns into to Beaker.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Bye bye is on your side.